Hi friends, welcome back to my new lecture. I am Professor S.S. Kale and today we are going to discuss about very hot topic in the 2019. Many people they are discussing about automobile recession in 2019 and they are discussing many reasons for that. But what is the actual reason that we should know? Many engineering students they should know why the recession is going on, whether this recession will be removed by the government or what. So this is currently hot topic and I've thought that I should make some video on this. So let us see why recession is there and what are the reason behind this. Before going to the reason, I want to show you some of the statistics. These are the statistics that I have taken from autocarindia.com and let's understand the statistics. Here on the vertical column here the company is mentioned, whereas this is the May 2019 cell in the units, this is May 2018 cell in the digit. This is the difference whether the cell has increased or decreased, that is given here, and this is the growth or reduction in the production is mentioned here. So now in India we are knowing that many vehicles they are coming from Maruti Suzuki or Tata. So let's focus on the Maruti Suzuki. So if you see in the list, this is Maruti Suzuki. So Maruti Suzuki in the 2018 it was a 1,61,497 units production, whereas in the 2019 it has become 1,21,018 digits. So the number of unit which has reduced is shown here as what, near about 40,000. At the same time, a percentage reduction in the production is about 25%, and 25% reduction in the production is a big number that we should understood. Another, as I told you, the Tata Motors produces many vehicles. So this is Tata Motor Desert, and Tata Motor in the 2018 it was 19,202, whereas in 2019 it is a 12,437. So the number of unit reduced is about 6,000 and the production reduced is about 35%. So what are the discussion going on currently in the society, that there is recession, and from this digit at least we feel that there is a recession. And if I take an average, here we have mentioned that the number of companies like Toyota is there, Volkswagen is there, and all digits is mentioned here. And if I take average of all these, it shows that near about 20% production reduced in the 2019. Okay, let's see the another digits here. What is written is there is an increase or decrease of the production of the vehicle, and this figure I had taken from Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers. So here we can see that these are the percentage reduction. On the downside there is a percentage reduction, and upper side there is a percentage increase in the production. It is mentioned here. So it has shown for a passenger vehicle, commercial vehicle, three-wheeler, two-wheeler and total vehicle. So in the passenger vehicle the production has reduced about 8%, whereas commercial vehicle like trucks, buses, etc., they are reduced by the 0.19%. There is no that much difference in this one, whereas a three-wheeler, surprisingly, the production rate has increased about 9%. For the two-wheeler the production reduced is 22%, and the total vehicle, if I consider, it's about 18%. So we have considered, when we are determining this particular digit, we have considered passenger vehicle, commercial vehicle, three-wheeler and two-wheeler is considered. So one positive thing is that in the three-wheeler the production rate has increased, but for others there is reduction in the production, and hence we can say that there is a recession in the 2019. Now it's very important to know what are the reason behind this. So today I am going to tell you some of the major reason to have automobile recession in the 2019. So a big reason behind this is because of confusion of BS6. So we know that the BS6 is a pollution norm that is going to be implemented in India, and there is a lot of confusion in the mind of the people. They actually don't know what is BS6, but they have a confusion. They read in the newspaper and they see on TV there is a BS6 norms and that is going to be implemented. But let us see what is BS6 norms. So here by 2020 all car manufacturer has to follow the BS6 norms. So government has given that the date as a 2020, and in 2020 all car manufacturer has to follow the BS6 norms. The BS6 norms are for both fuel and engine. So many people, they don't know this. They feel that the BS6 norm is only related to engine, but the BS6 norms is related to fuel also, because ultimately fuel is burned in engine and engine generate pollution. So as the norm is related to pollution, even though if you improve the engine and if fuel quality input is not good, at that time the pollution cannot be controlled. So they have decided that the norms will be applied for fuel as well as engine. Now next point of discussion is availability of BS6 fuel is more uncertain in coming days. We know that the currently diesel and petrol, the cost is in the range of 70 rupees to 80 rupees. When in BS6 says a special kind of fuel should be used, and when special kind of fuel we require in 2020, whether this fuel will be available in 2020, that we don't know. That there is a confusion in the mind of people that in 2020, because of more processing to be done on the fuel, there may be a chances of increasing cost of this particular fuel. So if cost increases, then the people will be ultimately in the problem, because if you purchase a car today, we can use up to 2020, and in 2020 suppose the petrol price today is 80 rupees, and in 2020 suddenly it has become 150 rupees. So people will be in a problem, and that's why people are not going to buy a car. That's the important reason, that fuel which available in the 2020, whether it will be available in ample amount or not, that also people are not knowing. Next point, BS6 fuel, as we have discussed, the BS6 fuel is already available in the Delhi from 2018. That also point you should know. This is first parameter that BS6 norm has. The uncertainty of diesel in BS6 norms. This point already we have discussed in a previous case. The fuel with BS6 norms may have a higher cost. As I told you, with following of BS6 norms, what will be cost of fuel? That people currently don't know, and that's why they are not going to buy the car. So I want to put some statistic regarding this. If petrol engine I have to improve and I have to follow the BS6 norms, then I have to improve the petrol engine, and for improving the petrol engine we have to spend near about 30,000, or company, the car manufacturer has to spend near about 30,000 rupees on the petrol. Whereas for the diesel it's near about 1 lakh. So 1 lakh rupees has to be spent extra by the car manufacturer to upgrade the engines. In future, cost of petrol will be more or diesel, that also people are not knowing. That if I feel today the diesel cost is less, and if I purchase the diesel car today, but we know that the pollution created by the diesel is more compared to petrol. So after 2020, as pollution created by diesel is more, so the more processing may required for a diesel, and if more processing done on a diesel, obviously the cost of diesel will be more. And in that case, in 2020, whether cost of petrol will be more or whether cost of diesel will be more, that the people are not knowing. So if I purchase a today car, that is a diesel car, to have less fuel cost, but in 2020 that may become a reverse, that we don't know, and that's create confusion in the mind of the people. That's the another important reason. Next important reason behind the recession is waiting for attractive deals. The people are waiting for attractive deals. People knows that there is a recession and the car sale is very less, so they are waiting to come some attractive deals from the government. So the point is, people are waiting for attractive deals from a government like farmer loans. We know that there is a lot of pressure on the government to reduce the taxes on the automobile sector, and there is a lot of criticism coming on the government that there is a recession comes in automobile. So government may try to have some subsidies, may try to reduce an GST cost. So people are waiting for that. People feels that after 2-3 months the government may reduce the cost of GST, may reduce the percentage of GST, and that's why the car may become cheaper than that of the today, and that's why the people are waiting for that. Next point, people feels that the GST will reduce and hence cost of car also reduces. This point already I had told you. Waiting for reducing car loan interest. So currently car loan interest are more, and people feel that government may take some step to recover this recession, and that's why government may instruct to the bank to reduce the car loan interest. Next point is waiting for a cost reduction due to the recession, example gold. So as I told you, there is a pressure on the government, so government may take some step, and in future the cost of car may get reduced. That's the feeling of the people, and that's why they are waiting. Next reason is too many back-to-back changes in the industry. Currently what happened, there is a lot of changes happening in the industry, and because of that also there is a confusion. There is uncertainty in atmosphere. There are too much going in terms of changes and uncertainties regarding regulation and government policy. It is most common sense to sit back and not act until things have settled down. So that is the mentality of the people, that when there is a lot of confusion, up and downs are going on, sit back and see what happens for some period, 6 months and 1 year, and then take the decision about purchase of the new car. Okay. Next point of the discussion is harder to get the loan. Currently, getting a loan from the banks is quite difficult compared to previous period. Bank have become more strict about the loan, gives loan for only a high CIBIL score people, and we know that in the India, the CIBIL score, if you compare for the people, it's not too good. Only very few people they are having a high CIBIL score, and they can get a loan very easily, but the people, those who are having a very less CIBIL score, they may not get the loan easily. Many people in India are with very low CIBIL score, that I had told you. So that's why also the recession is there. Next and very important factor is Ola and Uber factor. This has played a very important role when we are going for the finding a decision, reason for the car. Currently a good transport facility is available now with mobile apps. So as we are knowing, the Ola and Uber, that we can operate with the mobile, and the good transport facilities available. So in the previous days there was a lot of confusion whether we will get a transport or not. That was the confusion. Whether it will be safe or not, that was the confusion. But because of Ola and Uber, they are good companies and they provide a good service, and that's why the people prefer for the public transport. Now services available for rickshaw and bike also. The Ola and Uber, they are providing a service with rickshaw and bike, which is very cheap service, and that also affect on the car selling. With online, attractive discounts are coming, that we are knowing now. There is a Google Pay is there, a Phone Pay is there, and the Amazon Pay is there. They provide a good attractive discounts on the Ola and Uber booking, and people, they want to utilize this, which will reduce the cost of transportation, and that's why they go with the public transportation. No driver is required. So when you are having your own vehicle that you cannot run for a longer period, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, so when you are going with Ola and Uber, then there is no driver required. So driver will be provided by Ola and Uber, and that's why there will be safe journey. Another reason for the discussion is city is too crowded and parking problem. As we are knowing that many cities, they are highly crowded and there is a big parking problem. People always think about stucking in a car in a traffic. So we know that there is big traffic, and always people worry about whether car will stuck in the traffic. Next is the parking facility is not available in many of the places, and hence the car has to be parked 2 km, 3 km away from the workplace, and then they have to come by the walking or some other services. So that's the big problem nowadays. And vehicle electrification, that's the last problem. And nowadays in the newspaper etc., we know that the electric bikes are coming and no more requirement of diesel and petrol. This news is people are taking seriously, and they feel that electrical bike and car that will be available recently. But the fact is that the electric car, it may require 10 to 15 years from now to come on the ground. So electrical vehicle, currently electric vehicle has many subsidies provided by the government. As you are knowing, only 5% GST is provided on the electric vehicle. Then electric vehicle may be cheaper than normal cost. That's the feeling of the people, that the electrical vehicle will be cheaper because number of component is less. At the same time, the running cost with the electric vehicle is less nowadays. But I don't know that in 2020 what will be cost of electricity and what will be running cost for the electric vehicle. That is currently not knowing. running cost also will be less, that we have discussed already. So these are the various reasons behind the recession of the automobile sector in 2019. Thank you very much for listening.